discipline. For what? Huh. Uh, See, a rigid separation of disciplines, and the another problem is limited access to higher education, and it is very well clearly reflected in terms of that low gross enrollment rate. Then countries like America and all, they are in the stage of universalization of higher education. Now in spite of all the concerted effort in the post-independent since the post-independent period, we could not able to attain that even the universalization of elementary education. As you know, Article 45 had rightly promised for the promised for the reply to this, please. Yes, rightly pointed out. The rightly emphasized the achievement of universalization of elementary education within the 10 years of implementation of the constitution, but we could not able to materialize this envisioning due to many reasons. That reasons are the economic, cultural, religious, spiritual, and many things. But in spite of that, we could not able to attain that achievement. And in that scenario, when we are talking about the higher education enrollment and access growth enrollment ratio, it's very see, and our target is to make it to 30, and further it make it to 50 by in a progressive manner. So this was one problem identified. Then another one is limited autonomy, academic autonomy and freedom for the institution as well as faculty. Faculty is being not for see, limited autonomy for the academic community as well as the institution. And the last aspect is related to the need for innovative and a holistic approach in pedagogy. So here lies the significance for the curriculum reformation in the field of higher education, envisioning to the NEP 2020 document. So there is a need for innovation. There is a need for holistic approach in curriculum articulation. The NEP document talk about holistic learner, holistic education, holistic development always. Why? Because a domain specific or compartmentalized kind of a treatment may not facilitate uh, the pupil, may not facilitate the system to go ahead. Now, this is a structural reformation that had given by the NEP 2020, and I don't want to make any further elaborations on, and it's facts and figures. The structural reformation according to the chronological age is given by the this approach. And now, the from see now what is needed is what is envisioned by NEP 2020 in terms of curriculum is in terms of a curriculum is a real shift from a pedagogical imposition to a praxis oriented approach in curriculum. And what is a pedagogical imposition is in earlier the conventional practice is that the pedagogy that is determined, the objective is determined, the approach is determined, the content is determined, the evaluation is determined, everything is determined by the teacher himself or herself. And that needs a kind of shift where an action oriented, a flexible kind of approach is. And as I remember Madhuri ma'am talked about Albert Einstein in the morning when I referred about the second term. See, it is the statement, it is the famous statement of the Albert Einstein, where our education system is, I took it from NCF 2025, no, NCF 2005, and it is the system of education is that both elephant, both monkey, both deer, both squirrel, and all the animals are evaluated in terms of the ability of one task, that is climbing the tree. And therefore when if you further move into an innovative or praxis oriented approach in curriculum, we have to take the fact that teaching is both an art as well as a skill. Then only we could able to move. And and the skills envisioned by the World Economic Forum, that you could able to understand that the skill required from a particular scenario is different from another particular stage. So it depends upon the socio-cultural and labor, system, labor market, and all. Then only So the World, World Economic Forum set some kind of skill set which are needed for a higher education student. And the slogan of university education is that enter to learn and exit to serve. That means when a student is entering to an undergraduate program, and it means that he or she is entering to learn. And when the after the undergraduate program, when the student is see after completing the undergraduate program, the student is bound to serve the society. That is what is called exit to serve. So enter to learn and exit to serve is the slogan of university education. So the higher education paradigm shift must take into account the complex problem solving skill, critical thinking skill, creativity skills, coordinating skills, people management skills, emotional intelligence, negotiation, cognitive abilities, then flexibility, and judgmental and decision making. These are all the skills required by a learner, required by a graduate who is going out from the system, so that he or she will be absorbed in the labor organizational sector, and or he or she can perform the job in an efficient manner. Then, for that, for enabling such skills, what curriculum shift is needed? We have adopted a system named a pedagogical approach. What is pedagogy? Pedagogy is, see, after a tea break, all videos disappeared. Hmm? What happened? Busy with the preparing lunch and all? No.
No,
Yes.
sir.
I simply made a kid. No, kidding. No, nothing else. I
We
hope.
are we are observing your slides.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. See, the pedagogical approach, pedagogy, the conceptualization of teaching, the earlier conceptualization was pedagogically in approach. Pedagogy is the art and science of teaching the child, where child-centeredness was highlighted. And this pedagogy, this pedagogy later on shifted to this pedagogy as a result of the over see regimentization and imposition that happened in the curriculum, that happened in the curriculum. That pedagogy is later shifted to andragogy, where the learner is conceived as the adult learners. Then then that adult learning again moved into heutagogy. Heutagogy, it is an approach where the individual learner, the learning is put in the shoulders of the learner. So this is derived from the conceptualization where we have seen the first innovative or inquisitive learner in the history, which we are very fundamentally, which we are celebrating as Eureka, 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 where Archimedes, with the original inquisitiveness and original spirit of finding something, ran away across the streets of Sicily, and that is being said. So here it is putting shoulders on the putting thinking heads on the shoulders of the learner. Now the present system required as envisioned by the NEP 2020 is nothing but a composite of cybergogy, pedagogy, and heutagogy, where a mix of technological approach in curriculum transaction, and it is being well utilized by the influence of the peer group, or the support of the collaborative support of the peers in the process of learning, and the self-centered or self-determined learning, that is also uh, also uh, also promoted or highlighted. So it is a mix of co-learning, then technology learning, and self-determined learning by the learner. So that is the visualization of NEP 2020 related to the curriculum shift from the conventional to the present state of the present state. So here I am giving a detailed description of what is pedagogy, what is andragogy, what is heutagogy, and what is cybergogy, how it is evolved. Now the shift is from a teacher centric to a learner centric, from a teacher direction to a learner autonomy, from teacher guidance and monitoring to a facilitative kind of a thing from teacher. Are you okay with me?
Yes,
Are you
sir.
okay with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Then from a discipline focus to a multidisciplinary approach. Then and if you go through the shift of evaluation, that is evaluation is a kind of the site-binded from a site-binded evaluation to a comprehensive, multifarious, and continuous evaluation. And such kind of a shift is expected from the curricular dispositions of the learners. And now, each institution each institution has to take a very important role in analyzing the and this SWOT analysis the institution has to make. And along with now I am moving to now we have seen a base shift. What is a shift required from the as envisioned by the NEP 2020, and with the shift in curriculum required is for an holistic development of the learner. The shift required is from a site-bound site-bound approach to a multifarious, multidisciplinary approach. What is required is a mix of a configurated approach of mixing of cybergogy, then heutagogy, pedagogy, and moving from a site-bound bound curriculum to multidisciplinary curriculum and interdisciplinary curriculum. And now the approach of curriculum articulation that is being totally celebrated across the globe is STEM education, where there is a amalgamated resonance of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics approach. But as the NEP 2020 visualizes the learner in a holistic manner, the holistic development of the learner, the fullest development of the learner, with a high footing and a strong footing on the Indian tradition of knowledge and civilization. The STEM approach is to be moved into an approach named STEAM approach, where the artistic component also being integrated to science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So where science fails or not fails, where science stop, there arises the emergence of the spirituality. And human existence on this earth is only possible by a process named interdependence rather than independence. So, my dear friends, today morning, if you analyze every box of or events of today morning that all of us involved, starting from the wake up call. So you have the alarm set in mobile. So there start a dependence or interdependence. After that, the brushing process, the brush prepared by some other person. See, all manifestations of human life is as a result of interdependence rather than independence. So therefore, the education shifting, the envisioning or the objective of the curriculum, the articulation of the curriculum is also to be taken to account that spirit, and therefore an integration or a resonancing of artistic components to develop value inculcation or value orientation or value consciousness is a must in among the learners. And then only we could able to produce the youth population of the country into an apex stature of the globe, and thereby the India can be moved into a position of Vishwaguru or Vishwamanava as envisioned by the NEP 2020. So, an approach of STEM from the STEAM is highly solicited in order to materialize these dreams of national education policy. And for accomplishing this, I submit an approach called techno-emotive pedagogy, where the technological as well as the emotional aspects of are interlinked in a very comprehensive and in a very coherent manner. Unless and until that integration is not there, we will not be able to produce a humane engineer, we will not be able to produce a humane doctor, we will not be able to produce a humane teacher, a humane professor, or any workforce without humanity or without humanness, without a positive attitude to the grievances of or the problems or the issues of humanity is futile or it is worthless. Therefore, what is required in the curriculum articulation is a mixing of the technology and emotion of human mind, and we come up with a proposal or a strategy named techno emotive pedagogy. And dear friends, if you could able to make a just a Google search in techno emotive pedagogy, you will be able to see what is the strategy and what it is supposed, how it is promoting, and how it can be incorporated in your curriculum articulation. And with all kind of humbleness and humility, I would like to submit that it is the coinage, the term coinage, and the contribution is by from my side to the world's realm of knowledge. And if you go through the Google search, you can see many articles and many ways and many presentations related to techno emotive pedagogy. And techno emotive pedagogical aspects can be accomplished by integrating life skills in across the curriculum. So this is what the Baya Weaver bird which I and but what in Kannada it is Gajanja. No,
Gijaga.
huh?
Gijaga,
Gijaga.
Gijaga,
Gajana.
Gijaga.
Gijaga, sir.
Gijaga. Okay. Gijaga. Okay. Gijaga. Okay. So this is no. So why I am representing here this, and in all other animals other than Homo sapiens, the development is by a process named called instinct behavior, and it is in human being or Homo sapiens, the uh, the development is by a process named learning through social interaction. So there lies a very important role for education, curricular experience, and life skills and all. And that is why there is a deliberate attempt for education and development as a result of this conceptualization. In all other animals, if you examine, observe the behavior of a cat, you can see that immediately after 3 weeks or 4 weeks, the young one will be able to perform as like the adult. And wonderful story of the migration of a wonderful beautiful fish. That name of the fish is called a salmon, which the adult salmon migrate to from the Mediterranean Sea to the nearby river and deposit their eggs in the river banks, and the young ones immediately hatching out from from the egg take the same route through which their adult had migrated and reaches to the ocean, reaches to the sea, Mediterranean Sea. And all these are being performed by a phenomenon named instinct behavior. But in human, this instinct behavior manifestations are low in nature, and largely all the development aspects are largely manifested and see attained or tracked by a phenomenon named learning through social interaction. And friends, this learning through social interaction enables the learner to make a very good citizen in dealing with the all the dogmas, positive as well as negative of the society. Society is nothing but a web of relationship. I used to say society is my children and your children are playing with our children. In a positive manner, I'm talking. So it is a web of relationship, a web of relationship, antisocial, immoral, immoral, everything will be there. And it is through the education we are supposed to enable our undergraduate or postgraduate students to be fit for a very sound and profound living system, life in the society. But due to one point of time, due to many reasons, the education could not able to materialize that kind of an envisioning. And that is why we need an approach named life skills education. And there are a lot of connotations and interpretations for life skills. Life skill is not a new concept as far as the life system of an individual is concerned. It is there from the immemorial time when human beings started a life of agrarian as well as a life of civilized society and all happens. So, but the skill set required at one position will be different from the skill set required in another position. And as I told earlier about the anecdote of Ramayana, now I am presenting one anecdote for the life skills from Mahabharata. When Arjuna in the battlefield of Mahabharata, when he happened to see the in front in the opposite side his gurus, his relatives, sisters and brothers and all kind of things, he was totally lose his confidence, and he was totally lost his esteem, and he put his gandiva, and he was in a arm crossed hand manner. He was see in a kind of total deprivation. There comes the life skill approach of Lord Krishna, and Lord Krishna is emulating and inspiring Arjuna and boosting the confidence of Arjuna, and by the advices and inspirational motivation that is being transformed. And so what I wish to tell is that life skill is a no more a new concept, but as when the culture changes, as when the socio-political economic realm changes, as when the landscape of the technology changes, as when the expectations from the individual from by the society is changes, life skills also changes. Now WHO, World Health Organization, had defined or enlisted 10 life skills categorized under three umbrellas as social skills, thinking skills, and emotional skills. And in social skills comes the first skill named self-awareness, then comes empathy, then comes interpersonal skills, and then comes communication. And in thinking skills, critical thinking, creative thinking, decision making, and problem solving. And in emotional skills, coping with the stress and coping with the emotion. There is no watertight compartment, and And why I am placing this here, the envisioning of the, I have to justify my point why I am placing here. The envisioning of NEP 2020 is only possible. What is the envisioning? Is to produce a holistic individual, is to produce an integrated personality, is to produce an individual who is capable of adapting to any situation with strong footings of Indian values and Indian civilization. And this will be accomplished only by adopting a life skill approach. And dear friends, there is no watertight compartment for life skills. And so as to settle, so as to solve, so as to address to a particular situation, we require an interconnected utilization of life skills. And through self-awareness only, a person will not be able to survive. To survive a person, he need interpersonal skills and he needs problem solving skills. And if you employ all the skills that is here, sometimes may not be, see, you will not be able to have a good life and an amicable situation. That causes emotions and stress for you. Then you have to deal with, you have to equip with the coping with the stress and coping with emotions skills. And now coming to, I will give a synoptic gist of all these skills in a very precise manner within another half an hour, or else we will not be able to complete this. Self awareness. Are you okay with me, Dr. Ravi?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Are you comfortable?
Bilkul. Absolutely, sir.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. So the first skill is self-awareness. My dear friends, you see through curriculum articulation, if you are dealing with any subject, any discipline in your institution, before entering to the discipline, make your students aware of their self. 80% of our undergraduate who are enrolled into an undergraduate program are not able to understand who am I, what are my potential, what are my strength, what are my weakness, then whether I am susceptible to a feeling. So when I am, self-awareness is nothing but when I am susceptible to a feeling, whether I could able to understand to what kind of a feeling now I am having. Suppose I am jealous of to one of my colleagues, say for example, hypothetically, whether I am able to identify whether I am jealous of to my colleague, why I am jealous of. I am angry to my spouse, my better half. Why I am angry? Or what position? And people used to tell me that, sir, now all tension. So I used to ask them, what is the cause of your tension? Are you able to identify the cause of the tension? So that kind of an understanding, observing yourself and recognizing your feeling is very important. Once you recognize the feeling, are you able to represent in terms of a vocabulary? Then the third aspect is whether are you able to bring about a difference, a difference and an association between your thought, feeling, and action. So, friends, most of the time we fail to find out, separate out these. We have a thought, then that is spontaneously followed by a feeling that will be immediately expressed in terms of an action. Say for example, suppose my colleague or my subordinate, my research scholar or my student, anybody is talking the way how opposite to my expectation, it causes a kind of trigger in my thinking, and that thinking, that trigger causes to a feeling that I feel anger. Then that angry behavior, rather than stating in a very, very assertive manner, I will shout against my subordinates and my research scholar or my colleague or my my student and all. So, in that case, this issue is because this issue is because we fail to understand the the action between the relationship between the thought, the feeling, and the reaction to that feeling. So, who is this Dr. KK? Yeah.
Sir, hello, sir.
Okay. I understand. I understand. Okay. So, this is a small exercise. You need not to do now, but you can do. No, you can do sometimes. Sometimes after. So you close your eyes and or draw this diagram. You will be able to draw this diagram, any diagram, without much error and all. But if you are you able to draw our face? The face which we are making a kind of cosmetic beautification day by day by spending for 24 hours, 20, not 24 hours, 20 minutes or 30 minutes or 15 minutes rather in the morning, or 10 minutes at least, or 5 minutes each day. We are, and if anything happens to our face, we will be expert. But are we really able to draw our face? Draw our face is, so madam, are you able to draw our Chandrakala, madam? Are you, whether you can draw your face and show to all the participants and including me? Then how much we are aware of our, yeah, how much we are aware of ourselves will be reflected in that process. So we are talking much about others. We are concerned about others' problem. We are concerned about other. As Galil Gibran once told, we are sad of two things. What are the things? We are sad of two things. The one thing is our own sad, and the other thing is others' happiness. Galil Gibran once taught. So, we are very much conscious of others' problem, others' issues, what they are doing, what they are telling. So, how much we are aware of that. So, my colleague is not reacting to me in a positive manner, in an amicable manner. The first thing I have to introspect is that, is there any wrong that happened from my side, or what is my problem, what is my weakness? That part we have to and once that self awareness happened, we have to analyze ourselves. We have to train our student to analyze their self. The problem is that, as I am depicted in the figure here, in the picture, you can see that I am a cat, but my self image is that I am a lion. There comes all the problems. There starts all the problem. I am a cat. If I am a cat, my image should not be, I should not feel as I am a rat, or I should not feel that I am a tiger. If I am a cat, I am a cat. So that is the self analysis. But very often in teaching, in parenting, in interacting with others, our fellow being and all, we fail to have a correct self image. Rather, we have a wrong ideal self image about ourselves. And as a husband, my self image is that I am the Veera Purusha of the entire the cosmic world. Then with that self image, I am entering to my home, and The reality is that nothing. So have a correct self analysis, and and once that self analysis over, please, those who are muted the mic, unmuted the mic, please mute. It is not good. You may be traveling, that's okay, but don't mix the voice of your noise of your traveling with the session. It's my strong but humble request. Yes. Then immediately after this self analysis, have a self disclosure. Self disclosure. You have to disclose yourself self to others, not shelf. You have to disclose yourself to others. Then only others can understand what Dr. Musthafa is different from Dr. Ragesh. Dr. Ragesh is different from Dr. Archana. Dr. Archana is different from Dr. Niranjana. Dr. Niranjana is different from Manoj. And all that will be able to understand only by involving in the process of disclosing the self. So disclosing the self is very, very, very important. So we fail to disclose ourselves in our institution. Am I correct? Most of the time, as Dr. Ruji is very positively nodding to my question, as most of the time we fail to disclose in our family, even to our children, to our spouse, to our colleagues, to our superiors, and largely to the system of living ecosystem. And once you disclose in your self analysis, this is very interesting. I am introducing two birds here. One is the bird ostrich. Ostrich is the largest bird. The largest bird with a size of an egg with a size of 300 pounds, and the largest bird. But remember, this bird cannot fly.
Fly.
Cannot fly. So, but you take the case of a hummingbird. Hummingbird, a tiny creature, but this hummingbird is the weighing only a tenth of an ounce, but it can fly to the
Like
maximum.
very fastly.
Yeah, very fast. So this I wish to tell you, and you have to convince yourself. We have to reinforce yourself that nothing is perfect, nothing is, no one is paka perfect in the universe. So this message we have to inculcate to our students. Then the ostrich, no, God has created, or you believe in nature and all, nature has created ostrich, such as big size bird with 300 pounds. But there is a limitation. There is a limitation. It cannot fly. But there is a positive aspect that it can lap or jump, or it can take a stride of 12 to 15 feet at a time. So that is a kind of I may not be techno savvy, but I have some positive. I have this positive and this negative. So that approach must be there in every individual, and we have to glorify the positive aspect in an individual and try to overcome the negative aspects. Then you celebrate yourself. My dear friends, you forget about the everything which I had given to you from 10 o'clock to this time. But never forget to celebrate yourself. Why? Because anybody who had contributed something to the world's history, they never compromised in celebrating their self. You take the case of Mahatma Gandhi. Suppose 1947 August 14th midnight, during that days and all, see where the hot discussions going on at Delhi related to the exchange of government and all. Now, what should be the, who should be the prime minister, who should be the home minister, and all kind of discussion going on. This uh, man, he had been there in Nakweli near Calcutta. See, in between the among the communal issues that happened in Calcutta as a result of the division of the nation into two. But suppose you are asking Gandhi, why you are here? Go to Delhi and involve in the in that discussion so that you will become prime minister or president and all. Hmm? There is no answer from Mahatma Gandhi. That is why Mahatma is Mahatma. There are a lot of prime ministers, but only one Mahatma for the entire world. That is Mahatma Gandhi. And you take any person who had contributed something to the world, they were celebrating their self. But we people, our we born to win, but conditioned to lose. Then at the age of 50 or 60, when we are taking a stock of our life, we may feel that, oh, I could have done this, I could have do this, I could have do this and all. This should not happen in the life. So dear friends, today is the day where you can start to celebrate yourself according to your goal of your life. The way how celebration is different. You can celebrate the evening by many times, many ways. You can celebrate your life in many ways. So, how see the great people has celebrated their life should be a model for all of us. And so, while celebrating the self, the second life skills comes: be empathetic. Be empathetic, don't be self centered. Selfish is okay, all human beings are selfish, but don't be self centered in dealing. So, empathetic means it is a very important life skill that is essential to deal with all the situations in human life. It is this empathy that transformed Siddhartha, the prince of Kabilavastu, into the Gautama Buddha. It is this empathy that transformed an Ireland lady, missionary lady, into the world's Mother Teresa. It is that empathy which transformed Mahatma Gandhi to give away his coat when he had seen that a poor old lady or a poor old lady is not able to use, is not having two dresses, and while at the river Vaiga, he could able to see that very touchable story. Then he throw it away his suit and he become a half naked fakir, in the words of Winston Churchill. And it is this empathy that we have to keep in our mind as a teacher and as a human being when dealing with others' problem. Then comes be empathetic. Then communication skill, communicate with others. And due to the paucity of time, I'm forced to accelerate my driving little bit. Sorry for that. Then communicate with others. Communication is derived from a word communis, which means mutuality. That means when you communicate something, when you communicate something to the others, the same feeling, the same idea, the same concept to be to be absorbed. Then, as a teacher, I wish to submit one very important message to all of you. If you grasp the essential easily and make others to grasp the things more easily than you had, you are a good communicator or good teacher. So grasp the essential easily and make others to grasp the things more easily than you had. Then while communicating and all, you are living in a system, you will have many responsibility. So while saying yes to the responsibility, develop a critical thinking. Critical means it is not being critical, and critical is does not mean a negative connotation. It is a positive one. Constructive criticism is very essential. So critical thinking is the ability to understand the all aspects of a thing and to make a decision. And sometimes, as you rightly pointed out in the beginning, sometimes a out of box thinking is essential. That is what is called creative thinking. And then comes the skill. Next skill comes problem solving. So dear friends, life is a problem solving, problem finding, and a problem solving. So we may think that when once problem is over, life will be very safe and very comfortable there. But meanwhile, the next problem happens. So I'm quoting the anecdote given by Shivakara in his famous book "You Can Win." So he talked about an instant where a biology teacher is demonstrating the metamorphosis of a butterfly, the metamorphosis of a butterfly, and the teacher says at this stage, that is the cocoon stage, the inside this pouch, the organism is suffering and suffocating with a lot of problems, stress and strain and all the things. Then the teacher demonstrate this and tells in a very empathetic manner, and the teacher went near to the blackboard to draw the diagram of this metamorphosis cycle. Then a very innocent boy felt that, oh, this caterpillar is suffering a lot of pain, and let take one needle and remove that shell. What will happen? What will happen? Nothing will
Will
happen.
damage.
Yeah, it will die. So my dear friends, each stage of life is having problems. So that in order to overcome that problem, these struggles are highly essential. And it is only through problem solving we can grow in our life. Grow means it is goal setting, reality check, then observe the obstacles, then a way forward. So problem solving. So train the learner to probe the to solve the problem in an efficient manner. Then while solving the problem, there are certain barriers to problem solving. The one barrier is egocentric thinking. So problem happen in the institution, problem happen in the family, problem happen anywhere. As wherever human beings are there, there will be problems. But the barrier is when once problem happened, we have to settle down. We have to settle down the problem in a very efficient and effective manner. And one barrier in settling the problem is egocentric thinking. I am the principal. I am the head of the department. I am the dean. I am the senior. I am the parent. I am the husband. I am the elder one. So that kind of an ego-centric thinking will prevent you from problem solving. If any problem happens, don't have such kind of egocentric thinking. Then the next issue is social conditioning. Say for example, I'll tell you I'll tell you, I have the concept of husband. So from where I got my concept of husband, Dr. Pradeep Kumarji, I got this concept from my parents. My parents, during my childhood period, I have been observing, it is not purposively, by it is in a vicarious manner, I have been observing that, yeah, this is the husband, this is the wife. My mother, who is the wife of my father, she used to wait for this gentleman who come late after involving in so many social and all that kind of things, and this lady will be silently sitting and see with the dinner and all. So this is the concept or image of a husband wife relationship which I had learned. With this image, when any problems happens in my home, I will approach my wife accordingly. This causes a barrier to a check to the problem solving. Then the third very detrimental thinking is group thinking. We are ready to solve the problem in institution and all. This is very much there. No, you are ready to compromise, but when you ready to compromise with the principal, when you come to the staff room, your colleagues, senior colleagues who are affiliated to a teachers organization will tell you, no, there is no need to compromise. If we compromise here, the compromising will be a total culture in our professional life. So therefore, no need to compromise and all. This is what is called group thinking. And dear friends, these are the see barriers in problem solving. So problem solving requires effective decision making. So decision making skill, you train your students to make the decision on the basis of analyzing the consequences of the decision that we are the product of the decision which we have taken in our life. So we are at anywhere we are now, that is the result of the product of the decision that we have taken. So therefore, take the decision on the basis of the consequences of your action rather than on the basis of your thoughts or your feelings to take the. So then while in your life, whether are you a competing shark, are you a competing shark? What is the peculiarity of competing shark, Dr. Shalini ji? Okay, are you okay with me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah, yes. Are you? This question is to all. No, are you a competing shark? What is the peculiarity of competing shark in life? Shark will not compromise others, and for shark are highly goal oriented. Shark do not hesitate to be aggressive to resolve. Then shark have a high need to win. For shark, relationship are secondary. Are you an aggressive shark or a competing shark or an avoiding turtle? What is the peculiarity of a turtle? Turtle generally withdraws from the situation. If see, these turtles are there in your institution, you can see in your family, everywhere turtles are there. When a problem happens, so madam will deal with, sir will deal that. What I will do, I will be intruding and protruding, intruding my head from the situation and keeping inside the shell. So, to what capacity we can escape from such kinds of avoidance? Then see, are you an avoiding turtle? Then are you an accommodating teddy bear? What is the peculiarity of a teddy bear? Teddy bear is my daughter is having a big teddy bear with her. Teddy bear. Then hello. So your children are calling you for lunch and all. So tell them Yeah, 10 minutes more. We'll be within 10 minutes. Okay, I will stop. So, are you an accommodating teddy bear? My daughter is having a teddy bear. What is the peculiarity? If she wishes to place there in the settee of the living room, the teddy bear will come. Just take that teddy bear and put it. Suppose I wish to take to my office, she will come here. And suppose I wish to place on the table, she will everywhere. That is what is called accommodating teddy bear. Are you an accommodating teddy bear? Or the next one, are you a compromising fox? What is the peculiarity of fox? Fox is 50-50. 50 you take, 50 me take.
Again,
Myself. Yeah. So that is a peculiarity of fun. So it is the thinking now. These are the different life positions we are taking. So the last one is, are you an collaborative owl, collaborating all in solving the problems? What is the peculiarity of owl? Owl can rotate 360 degree. This head can be rotated in a 360 degree, and owl are having long visionary sight with the compound eyes from a far away height to any point. So when a problems happens, we become a collaborative owl, where a 360 degree of rotation of everything is your thinking is possible. Then only we can make other. Then if applying all these life skills, if you develop some kind of stress, see, develop or positive coping strategy. This is not smoking. Okay, that is why I'm not saying that smoking is injurious to health as an advertisement. So this is not e-cigarette and all. Don't think that. So learning the value of exercise, be the value of exercise, and involve in guided image. Problems will be there, but the human is that see, as far as we are concerned, our problems are very very few in numbers. You think about the millions of people, still in our world, the two wars are continuously happening. So that Ukraine war, so you just think about the victims of that war. Two consecutive 2 years, non-interference from the international agencies. The war is continuing. So think about the victims of that film, their problems, their issues. So when a stress happened to us, we should develop a kind of guided imagery, stating to ourselves that there will be a positive day, there will be a positive day. Our major concern is others talking about us. That is our major concern. So this person talk about me like that. That person talk about me. Who is this others? Why we have to care about that? If we decided in a strong manner to convince ourselves and celebrate ourselves with the Paka developed goal, why we have to unnecessarily bothered about that? You cannot tag and make a staple to the tongues of others. So therefore, be very guided in a positive guided imaginary, then develop some sort of relaxation methods and all. So dear friends, now we have ample scope for illustrate the life skills in the curriculum. First and foremost, the teacher should become a demonstrator of life skills. Teacher should become a demonstrator. That is why I depicted this diagram for you. Teacher, if as the teacher, so the student. അച്ഛന് പിറന്നാൽ അപ്പിടി ഇരിക്കും എന്നാണ്. As the teacher, so the student. A teacher should be a role model, in life skill approach. Then only, and learning environment also. learning environment, there is a collaboration. But very sorry to say that, very sad to say that our learning environment are arranged in an imposition manner, where there is a flow of information from the teacher to the students in a one by one kind of a manner, rather than a collaborative atmosphere, rather than a collaborative atmosphere. Then see, I remember one story which I read in so in one fellow passed away. Then he is having a dream. One fellow passed away, and the Saint Peter or God asked him whether you wish to in the dream. No, in the dream, God asked whether you wish to see heaven or hell. So this gentleman replied, I wish to see both heaven and hell. So God led him to a place where a lot of people are sitting here in front of sumptuous dishes, delicious food and all. No, but only thing is that their arm, their arm for this knee is being tightened with a roll or with a rod and all. They cannot take like this. They cannot fold their arm into their mouth. There are plenty of food items in front of them, but they are not able to move. And then, God told to this man. God told, this is and then again, see, God led this gentleman to another place where the same scenario, a lot of dishes, very delicious food items with arranged in a pakka perfect manner. But there is the thing is that there is a shield or a plaque. There is a wooden plank which is tighter to the knee of the arm knee, and they cannot fold their arm to their mouth. But what they were doing, instead of cursing this situation, they were taking the food items from each plate and all, extending their arms to the mouth of others. Then God told this fellow, my dear boy, the earlier one is hell, and the later one, the second one, is heaven. So therefore, my dear friends, there is scope for collaboration. There is scope for collaboration in every institution, and devise the materials with and the everything will be okay. But when it comes to evaluation, the spirit will be today a highlight is related to open book examination. CBSE is planning for open book examination and all. Life skill approach in evaluation. I will stop. I will conclude with narrating one of my living experience where my daughter had a wonderful teacher. So where I could see the integration of life skills in evaluation. So one day, so can I take a few more minutes, Dr. Pradeep Kumarji?
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir. Can take.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Definitely, sir.
Yeah, so I can finish this anecdote of my personal life. See one day I returned from the office when she was a third standard student. She told me, yeah, I got 25 out of 25. 25 out of 25. Generally, I am a person, being a psychology person, we are not giving much emphasis to their study and all. We keep a kind of lucrative stand in that as a parent and all. So, like that, I also doing minimum interference to her study and all. But I told, congratulations, my girl, congratulations. Yeah, very good, congratulations. Then she compelled me, Papa, you read the paper, you read the answer script. Then I was a little busy and all. I told no, it's okay. I will read another time and all. So, but she forced like anything. You read. Then I read. I have to read. Then see on reading one thing. There is an essay named "My Favorite Food Items." My favorite food items. So she wrote in a very interesting manner. My favorite food item is pizza, 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 and she described about pizza. Pizza is my favorite food items. From Kasaragod, we are not getting enough pizza and all. So, when we are moving to our hometown, we take a rest at Calicut. Calicut, there is a shop. I'm not remembering that name and all. Shop. There we used to park for half day for some, and we used to park. This is the writing of that girl, and we used to purchase food dresses for grandpa and grandma and all. Then after that we will move to that pizza restaurant. Then we order pizza. Then 2 3 regular pizza we order. My father did not take pizza and all, but my mother used to take, but it in a normal level. But my brother is very fond of pizza. He finished his quota. He finished his portion and request from my portion, and I used to give him. It is not because I don't like pizza, but I like my brother more than pizza. And what this, I salute to my daughter, but I salute to the teacher in the sense that that teacher who had put a 4 mark for this essay added one more mark with an underline to this statement, and that is why it is 25 out of 25. This is a very small but a larger kind of message to the all the teachers at any level, where the life skill approach can be incorporated in evaluation process. And then we can metamorphosis, we can convert our learners with total life skills as envisioned by the NEP 2020. My dear friends, life is like the train travel. The success of a very safety and comfortable travel is not determined by the handsome appearance of the loco pilot, or it is not determined by the beautiful appearance of the bogies and all, but it is, if the rail is okay, then only the travel will be smooth and safe. So life skill gives you a comfortable travel of your life. And in life, always we need not move ahead for winning, but sometimes there are competition where those who move backward also move in your life. So take this spirit, and which path you can take, don't take this way as I had told to you. Don't take that way which you got from others, but you take your own way and make the envisioning of NEP 2020 applicable to your institution, your context, so that the the dreams of the great freedom fighters of our country will be accomplished. Thank you so much for your very passionate listening to me from 10 past 10 till this time. Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
Anything
so much,
you
sir.
contact with me through my mail or my WhatsApp number is this. You can have this. Then in between there were a little bit technology problems. thank to my one of my research, not supervisor. So in fact, they are supervising. That is the way how we are living. And thanks to my one of my research scholar here, Mr. Manoj, who is with me here to make sure that no further technology issues happens. Thanks to him, and thanks to the HRDC, and thanks to all the my fellow colleagues who are attending this program. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. HRDC people, can I leave, or what is the modality? Or
Anybody ready to out of thanks?